I've talked about Mandela effects before. Whether you believe it or not, it's an interesting topic to talk about. But today, I'm going to be talking about Mandela effects specifically just in movies. So these are only Mandela effects that were in films. It's something that you thought happened, but actually never did, or it was different. Most of the explanation is just that you forgot it, but no, it's a Mandela effect. So let's see what they are. So this one I've talked about, it's the Darth Vader. Everyone thinks he says, "Luke, I am your father," but he actually just says, "No, I am your father." It's pretty understandable why people get this confused, because you're thinking of Luke in your head, but why would Darth Vader say Luke to him right there when Luke's literally right in front of him? So he says, "No, I'm not your father, not Luke." I feel like that one's pretty common, but it is a big one that people get messed up all the time. This one's also pretty popular as well, so everyone knows the famous quote, "You're gonna need a bigger boat," in Jaws. Well, actually, that is wrong, and it's "we're gonna need a bigger boat." Everyone thinks it's "you're gonna need a bigger boat," but it's actually "we're gonna need a bigger boat," which also makes sense. I mean, he's talking about everyone. I mean, they're all in the boat, so it makes sense why they would all need a bigger boat for the shark. All of these are mostly explainable. It's just that you forgot what it was, but then when you know the real one, it makes sense. And most of the time, it's like the littlest switch up. Like you missed one word and switched it up. So when you go back to know what it actually is, it's not that weird. But I feel like that's every Mandela effect. This one's in Wizard of Oz, and it's "I don't think we're in Kansas anymore" is a misquote. So everyone thinks it's "I don't think we're in Kansas anymore," but the real line is "I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore." And I think it's just most people wouldn't really say it that way. The easiest way to say it is "I don't think we're in Kansas" versus "I have a feeling that we're not in Kansas anymore." It's mostly just people shortening it down, and then it gets passed on. People keep saying it and saying it, and then that's how you remember it. Then you watch the movie and you're like, "Oh wait, that wasn't it." It's crazy, but it's one and it has to be on this list because it was in a movie. The name of the evil lead gremlin in Gremlins. I don't even remember the name at all. So apparently his name is Stripe, but everyone thinks his name is Spike. That actually ringed a bell when they said Stripe. I remember the name being Stripe and not Spike, but I could see why he has like the bumps and all. It makes sense. Again though, it's a little miswording. You think it is one thing, it's just Spike, but it's actually just Stripe. Not that crazy. You misheard it or something. That's about it. That's as crazy as it gets. This one's pretty popular. So C-3PO actually has a silver leg in the original trilogy, but nobody remembers it. I just read that directly off the website. But it is true. Everyone thinks that he's all golden, and I thought that too until a little bit recent, and he actually has a silver leg. That isn't like some just weird thing. It's actually in all the movies. So when you watch the movie, it's kind of hard to see it because it's reflecting the gold on the silver, but if you really look for it, it is there. It's there in all three. In Snow White, the evil queen doesn't say "mirror, mirror on the wall," so everyone thinks she says "mirror, mirror on the wall." It's like the famous saying. Everyone thinks that, right? Well, you're wrong. What she really says is "magic mirror on the wall," but for some reason, everyone says "mirror, mirror." I mean, even I heard that as a kid, and I don't know why. It's just wrong, but it just keeps getting passed on and passed on. Mirror, 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 mirror. And then you realize it's magic mirror. I don't know how stuff like this gets so popular. My best guess is just somebody forgot, passed on, gets big, passed on and on and on, and then it just becomes common thing that it was mirror, mirror. But it wasn't. It's magic. Forrest Gump's most famous quote. So everyone thinks he has this quote where he says life is like a box of chocolates, but he actually never says that. The real line was like a box of chocolates. So life was versus life is. Crazy Mandela effect. Oh my god, subscribe. Yeah, I don't really believe that much in the Mandela effect. A lot of it's just dumb or can be explainable. There's some things that I do remember though. I mean, like the one I always say, I remember the Kit Kat with the little dash in the middle. I actually do remember that, but I could also just see that being on me that I remembered it wrong. I probably saw a picture online. I just remember that. So the Mandela effect's kind of dumb, but it is interesting just to see it. Just to see what people put and things like that.